morning and welcome back to Keep Moving with the Senior Center. I'm Amy Beck, the Director of Senior Services, and I'm here with Jessica Mignault, the Assistant Director. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, Amy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just great, and I'm really excited to be back this week. We have a new program for everybody, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I just want to give everyone a reminder that the Senior Center is open Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 4, and Fridays, 8:30 to 2. And if you have any questions about programming or anything that's going on here, you can certainly give us a call at 508-497-9730. And I have with me our November newsletter. And that is always, the newsletter is the greatest source of information for things happening at the Senior Center, whether it's programs, activities, if you need assistance. We are coming into a cold winter, and so we also have people here who would be happy to help you with fuel assistance and any other need that you may have. So feel free to give us a call. Again, a lot of the information is in the newsletter. If you are not receiving one, give us a call and we'll make sure you're on the mailing list. You can either get it online on our website, you can get it in the mail, or you can have an email version sent to you, or come by. That's the best way. Pick one up here as well if you haven't gotten it. And as always, you can find us on the town website, on Facebook, and any other number of places. You will see information inside the Independent as well as some of our programs coming up. So this week, I know that Jessica and I are really excited. We have the Friends of Hopkinton Senior Citizens. They are a fundraising group with us today, and I am very excited to introduce you to Barb Beal and Dolores Ivester. Good morning.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Thank
you for having us.
Oh, well, we're really happy to have you guys. You guys do so much for seniors, and I think a lot of people don't realize what you guys are involved with. But before we get into that, I have a fun question for you guys. It's a great way for people to know you, and of course, I'm always curious. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
For me, it's a Snicker bar.
Ooh, okay.
Boy, this is going to be a boring answer because mine is the exact same. I am not a sweets person, so I always like the nuts within the chocolate so that I could. So yes, mine is the exact same answer, and we did not prep that.
Okay, then we're going to have to fight our grandchildren, Dolores, to get all the stickers out of their buckets.
I know. So everyone buys their candy based on what they don't mind having left over, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So Jessica, what is yours?
I am not going to go with Snickers. I'm going to go ahead and say Reese's Cups.
Oh, peanut butter and chocolate.
And as a little pro tip, a Reese's Cup in place of a Hershey's chocolate bar for a s'mores makes for the best s'mores.
Oh, that's good to know.
What a tip. Yeah.
Amy,
I've
what's your
also done it
favorite?
with those Dove squares, I think they are, or Ghirardelli squares. Those are really good too, with a s'more. I have to admit, my all-time favorite candy is still M&Ms. I know they're so bad for you, but I'm an M&M girl, and in the summer, you find me with M&Ms in my ice cream as well. So I have to say that my kids are like, why do we have M&Ms in the candy box? I don't know, so I can take them to work the next day.
I'm going to have to start baking bars with M&Ms.
I know, right? No, but anyway, I know I will let Jessica start off with you guys and have you give a little overview of what the Friends of Hopkinton Seniors are.
Okay.
Well, actually, before we do that, if we could just quickly go over, Barb and Dolores, you are both members of the board for the Friends. Could you both just tell us what your positions are on the board?
I am the president of the Friends.
And I've been treasurer of the Friends now for probably a half a dozen years and had been a director prior to that for another half a dozen years.
Great, thank you. So I guess the first question that I have is a nice and easy one. What exactly is the Friends of Hopkinton Seniors, and what do you guys do?
Well, the purpose of a Friends group for an organization, because staff are not able to raise funds, so the Friends is actually the fundraising arm for the Senior Center, and we provide the vehicle through which funds are raised. They can come in the form of donation, grants, gifts, fundraising events, and the funds are used to provide services and support for the senior citizens in Hopkinton. We have several fundraisers during the year. We also sponsor things at the center, such as a volunteer appreciation dinner. We pay for the entertainment at functions such as St. Patrick's Day party, the ice cream social, the pizza party. We also support classes. We subsidize the lunch program, and we work with the crafts of all. As Amy said, if you check your Hilltopper, you'll see that this senior center offers a myriad of just wonderful, wonderful classes. We have a ceramics class. We bought a kiln for that. And recently this year, we've added a weaving class, and we bought the looms for that. So basically, to sum it up, we're just a fundraising arm.
And I want to say a lot of the programs that like the dining program, which the Friends support, you know, we used to have where people would pay $5 a meal for their lunch when you come here Monday through Friday. So each day was $5, and the Friends have made it so that you can buy a ticket of 5 meals. Instead of for $25, you can now buy them for $20. So the Friends really support and cut down the costs of a lot of the programs that we're able to offer. So that's just one little example.
We also, I know Barb mentioned a number of things, things that people take for granted. All the furnishings out in the living area, I guess you would call it the living room there, was all provided by funds that were raised by the Friends. The outdoor furniture, the rocking chairs on the front porch. And Amy, you'll have to correct me. Did we purchase the tables in the dining room? That was...
No, I don't think those were yours, but I have to say there's been a lot of little things around over the years that the Friends have contributed to items in the building. And Barbara mentioned the kiln for our pottery class as well. You know, it's hard to say. A lot of times the Friends give us that little extra piece that makes it possible to go over and do the extras. And I think all of the fundraising that the Friends do, because we as a town department, as mentioned before, cannot do fundraising, and the town is very generous, but the Friends make it much easier for us to do more. And I think that's, well, I'm very grateful for what the Friends do.
I think one big thing I understand, we recently bought a panini maker for the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And I understand that's going over very well. So we must do some sort of pots and pans and coffee makers and whatever is required in there.
I believe I remember the ice maker as well. So
yeah.
As things pop up, we are there to help. The board will make its decision and usually votes in the affirmative.
So you guys mentioned some of the programs that you sponsor. And you also mentioned that you are the fundraising arm. What are the fundraiser opportunities that you guys are involved in?
Right. We have some ongoing throughout the year and others that are held at specific times of the year. So if those who have not heard of the Bottle and Cans Redemption, there is a wonderful new bin on the side of the house, the side of the senior center closest to the garage. You can drop your bottles, your redeemable bottles and cans all year long, or you can take them up to Harvey's the second Saturday of every month. There will be a volunteer there to collect them. And just as you think, oh, a bottle, a can, a nickel here and there, in the last 10 years, that has brought in, from our volunteers who take those to the Redemption Center, $53,835 just in bottles and cans. So that's a great way to help us out. Membership, $5 a year to support the Friends of the Seniors. We do a drive through the newsletter, and early in the year, we throw in a little self-addressed envelope. If you can help us out, the $5. Any money someone donates above and beyond that gets categorized as a donation. So that also is a great way to help us out. We've also been very fortunate. We've had local businesses who have given us money over the years, including the Middlesex Savings Bank, Unibank, and Liberty Mutual have all contributed in thousands of dollars to the Friends of the Seniors. So we thank those businesses who contribute to the community. Upcoming, not too much longer, at least for the runners who have to begin their training, we have been fortunate to receive charity bibs. They are for people who do not make the times and can register on their own, but they can also run the marathon and raise money for a charity. We're hoping to receive a couple of bibs for runners this year. That'll happen, of course, in April. For those of you who are in town, you know it's always a Patriots Day. The third Monday of April is the big race. But we have raised, in our 10 years of the marathon runners, many of those people have done fundraisers. Some have just paid outright to us. But in one way or another, over 10 years, $135,000 has come into the Friends of the Seniors from our marathon runners. Big thing coming up very soon in November is the annual holiday sale. We'll include many Christmas items, other items from other holidays, a bake sale. The thrift shop will be open. You'll have Thanksgiving items to choose from. That sale in particular has raised $22,000 over the last 10 years. So there's many opportunities for people to come in. A plant sale in May for those gardeners, I being one of them, you can't keep me out of the dirt. They have raised $12,000 over the past 10 years. In May, approaching May, the volunteers grow from seed vegetable and flower plants, and then we hold the sale in May here on the grounds here of the senior center, right in the great room. It's an easy way, again, to participate. Get some great local grown items and make your garden look great. And of course, the last, unbelievable, the donations we receive ongoing all year long is the thrift shop. The thrift shop has brought in, over the last 10 years, $105,000. That is all donated items. Come and take a look. You'll find from soup to nuts, you name it, it's practically there. So come to the senior center during their hours to take a look at the thrift shop. So those are ways the community can help us. And of course, an outright donation is always accepted as well.
Well, and I want to say this has been a big piece for us, because what the Friends do and the volunteers that help the Friends to make these events and these programs possible is huge. You know, some of our volunteers, I know with the bottle program, has been collecting bottles and sorting bottles for how many years, Dolores?
Well, I have known him for 28 years doing the bottles, but he came to town 5 years before that. So probably add 5 on to the 28.
So this goes all the way back to even when, you know, we were in the basement of town hall. And so, you know, our Friends group has been supportive for a long time. And to be honest, without them, there's a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to bring to you. So any way that you can support, either through donations to them. Again, I'm not asking, they are, but you know, they are very appreciative of all that you do. And we're then appreciative of what they support us with.
And actually, as far as donations go that are made to you, is the Friends a 501c3 charity?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
Any donations are tax deductible.
Tax deductible, right.
Provide that. I can provide those numbers, our tax exempt number. Some people want that information, and I can provide, you know, a letter stating that you've made the donation. So yes, we are.
So if somebody were interested in joining the Friends, if they said, I am an amazing fundraiser, this sounds like exactly the perfect opportunity for me, what does that time commitment look like? Are they signing up for 30 hours a week? Are they committing to, you know, weekly meetings? Kind of what does that time commitment look like for someone?
Well, not at all to the 30 hours a week. In order to be a member of the Friends, our membership is $5 a year, which we feel is pretty reasonable. And quite often people will give more than that. And that then is considered a donation. As far as the time commitment, should you wish to join the board, which has your usual president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and then beyond that, the title is director. And our bylaws allow us to have 20 directors sit at our table. We meet once a month on the fourth Monday of the month, That is dependent, of course, on holidays. That can change from month to month, depending on that. We do not meet in July and August. So we meet the fourth Monday of the month at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Senior Center. Our meetings, I try to be as succinct as I can, try to hold the meetings down to about an hour. So as far as a commitment to become a director or an officer, that would be it for the month. Any other time that is donated or any other funds that are donated would be at your own discretion. For example, in support of all these fundraisers that both Dolores and I have already mentioned, we of course need people to man these events, which is where the directors come in and the officers as well to give our time, be it sitting at a table to collect money at the various sales, the silent auction, the Christmas sale, holiday sale, plant sale. We're present at all those events. And that would really be it. Any or all time that anybody wants to devote is certainly appreciated. And we can always find a place and a job for you if you can give us, I mean, we're talking hours within, and it's not a monthly thing. It just depends on when the fundraisers occur. The holiday Christmas sale, of course, is going on now. Our auction baskets will go out the 1st of November. They will be out through the end of the Christmas sale. The dates of that are the 18th and 19th of November. The plant sale in the spring, we have a book sale. There is a bake sale at the holiday sale. So that's kind of a fundraiser within a fundraiser. And that basically is it. As much time as anybody can give, we certainly appreciate. And we always look forward to having another face and another member present at our board meetings in the role of a director.
And Barbara, you mentioned it again, and I'll mention it just because it's an upcoming event. Is our annual holiday sale is Friday, November 18th from 9 to 6, which is a Friday, and Saturday, November 19th from 9 to noon. If you're interested in also bidding on those baskets, those are the things that will be on display at the Senior Center, and they will be, the final bid is at noon on that Saturday. So this is the type of thing you'd kind of come into the Senior Center and, you know, to be honest, a little plug for the Senior Center. Great way to come into the Senior Center and see what we have going on here. Again, we'd love to see you for any of these events and for any of the activities that we have here at the Senior Center.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to add that we do host a volunteer appreciation dinner every year in the spring. We've had as many, I believe Amy would have better figures than I, up to 120 people. It doesn't matter if you volunteer 2 hours every week all year, if you volunteer 1 hour a year. Anybody who volunteers is invited to the appreciation dinner. And it's just that. It's just to appreciate the people and the time that they give to the center.
And I have to say, we are appreciative of all the things that our volunteers do. We could not operate at the level of which we do without our volunteers, whether they are working at our front desk, in our dining room, or just being a part of any of these other groups. It is a big blessing. It's a big piece of how we can operate as well as we do. So again, thank you to all our volunteers.
Well, and thank you. I mean, it's a very pleasant place to be. It's a nice place to come to meet new people, make new friends. Everybody's very, very social. Everybody's very friendly. And I think if you want to give us a chance, why just drop in, as Amy said. You can check in at the desk to see about availability for classes. I know classes are limited based on the instructor's wishes, you know, as to, depending upon the probably the kiln, probably the arts and crafts things. Again, Amy, they are probably the ones that are limited. Exercise classes are as well due to space. But
so
please,
if you have an interest in any of the programs or classes, you can certainly give us a call, see if you can be put into the class, make sure there's room. I will say exercise classes usually have space. Some of the more specialized classes, they are signed up for people, but we've expanded them. We used to have one pottery class and now we have two. So, you know, we are trying to meet the needs and the interests of everyone who comes here.
right.
And I will just say with that, anytime you want to come to the center, you can come in for a tour. We're happy to show you around anytime we're open. Don't feel like you need to schedule a tour. There's always someone that works here. There's always a volunteer. There's always someone that is more than happy to show you around the building, show you the different rooms, and talk to you a little bit more. So if you're hesitant to call us on the phone, you can always stop it in person.
And I think if you're interested in volunteering, we'd be happy to have that as well. You don't have to be a senior to volunteer. You don't have to be a certain age. We do have occasionally students that come in and can volunteer, not always meshing with their school hours. So that's a little more difficult, but we're always grateful for the students that come in. But if you find that you're and this goes to volunteering, if you find that if you're someone who is a couple extra hours a week on their hands and they would love to volunteer, we will take you. Give us a call. We do have a volunteer coordinator who would be happy to talk to you about what's involved in becoming a volunteer as well. So I don't know, Jess, any other questions?
I do actually have one. It looks like Dolores, though. Did you have something you wanted to add?
Well, I was just going to say, I do have a new, as far as anyone who wants to contact the Friends of the Hopkinton Seniors to ask some questions or ask if they can come to a meeting or find out the next meeting date. I'm going to ask Jessica and or Amy, whoever's involved with putting the newsletter together, to put that in our section under the Friends of the Hopkinton Senior. But we have a new email address that you can always drop us a line and ask any questions. I'll read it, but we'll have it in the next month's newsletter. Friends of HOPK Seniors @gmail.com. In other words, I didn't spell out completely Hopkinton. So all one word, Friends of HOPK Seniors @gmail.com. I'll be taking a look at that periodically, and we can get back to you with any of your questions answered.
Just to add to that too, I would also like to say that we have a website, but it is part of the Senior Center website, and that is hopkintonmass.gov/seniorcenter/friends.php. So if you want to go onto that website, there's quite a nice write-up about us on that as well. Gives you more information.
And I do have one final question. Amy mentioned, we get volunteers from high schoolers up to seniors. Are there requirements for the Friends of Hopkinton Seniors? Do you have to be a Hopkinton resident? Do you have to be a senior? Do we have any of those types of requirements for someone who's interested?
No, Jessica, actually, there are no requirements for age or you do not have to be a Hopkinton resident either. The only requirement is that you do join as a member. And as I said before, it's only $5 for the entire calendar year. Other than that, we welcome anyone that wants to give up their time. And I think it would be a reciprocal thing. I think if people came out, I know I found this, you get back as much as you give. Which I think is a really nice thing to say about the people here.
Well, I know I appreciate all that you do to make our job easier and give us more opportunities to provide more for the seniors. So I thank you for all you do and your team for what you do for the Hopkinton seniors.
And I in turn want to thank the staff. They're a wonderful bunch of people to work with. So it makes it a pleasure.
Well, there we go, right? So we hope to see you all here.
Is this where we all get up and bow at each other?
That's right. But I want to thank you both for coming on and telling us a little bit more. I know if you have questions, please reach out to them. And if you can't remember those numbers or their emails, please reach out either to Jessica or myself, and we will be happy to connect you all. So thank you again for coming on.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So Jessica, is there anything, we have a couple minutes left, is there anything special you want to talk about what's coming up in November as well?
So I want to quickly give a shout out. This was our first ever Senior Center Spirit Week here at the center. So all week long, people were getting dressed up for various reasons. And I want to thank everyone for indulging me in that, but also in showing their spirit for the Senior Center. In November, as we did mention, because of the holiday sale, there are some changes to our programming calendars. So if you're not getting the newsletter either in your mailbox or in your email, and you would like to do so, please give us a call and we will send an email to you, or you can come in and pick one up in person. There will be some changes to our exercise schedule, and there will be some things that we have to kind of shift around in the building in preparation for that holiday sale. But we do have a new program that is going to be starting in November called Balance Advantage. That program is going to be run by our 2 outreach coordinators, Julia and Kim. And really it's to work with seniors to really kind of do some easy, light stretching and flexibility to ultimately help increase our balance and strength and flexibility. And that class is going to be starting in November. And again, that's open to anyone. So please do come on by and check that out. In addition, we have our Memory Cafe next week. Please come out for that. We would love to have some people come out. Really, there's a whole lot of information. Make sure to read your newsletter. I don't want to ramble too much. I know we're very close to time, so I want to be cognizant of that. I really just want to encourage people, please, please, please read your newsletter. It has gotten bigger this month, so there's even more information than there normally is in there. So please do read. Make sure to read it and then read it again.
Well, Jessica, you took the words out of my mouth. So all I can say is thank you for joining us. We hope that you continue to keep moving with the Senior Center. And please drop on by. We'd love to see you. And it's a great place to make new friends and stay active and healthy.
Help your community to collect food for the Project Just Because Hopkinton Food Pantry, the Scouting for Food Drive.
Place food items for donation in plastic bags near your mailbox by 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Some items the food pantry is in most need of include
Gift cards,
Canned meats,
gluten-free foods,
baking items,
paper and cleaning products, and toiletries.
If you wish to donate but don't have enough time to shop, you can donate online.
Thank you for helping our local residents in need.